Twinkle, twinkle, little Stan, please know I'm your biggest fan. You're the apple of my eye, you're the stars in my sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little Stan, you are my sweet summer man. Hi everyone. I wasn't just singing an ode to Stan. No, I wasn't. Hi, my gravity followers, and welcome back to Swooning over Stan. Stan Routes, episode 2. Alright, let's get into it then. Just never mind all that. You glance at the time to see that you've slept into the afternoon. Experiencing the accident yesterday must have left you tired out. Despite having been assured yesterday evening that you are free to anything in the fridge, you still felt like you're imposing on the Pines family and tried preparing a polite, breakfast as you can. You wash your dishes in the sink before you leave, and just as you're about to exit the kitchen, you bump into Ford.
Yes, from yesterday, of course.
For a good, solid moment, Ford regards you in awkward silence.
Yep. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that.
Ford clears his throat.
I believe Stanley's taking a look at your car outside if you want to be there for it.
You give a nod and make sure to leave for real this time when Ford speaks up again.
And, Cordelia, I'm sorry again for the accident. If I'd been smarter about, well, let's just say it's entirely my fault, and you shouldn't worry about this at all. When it comes down to it, Stanley does have a knack for cars. I predict you'll be back on the road in a matter of weeks.
Weeks. You can't help the dismay. You can't help it, and you can't keep the dismay off your face. And you can't really bring yourself to try to either. What am I going to do with weeks? Ford, who'd gone kind of uncomfortable and closed off when your face fell, recovers at the prospect of a question he can't answer.
Well, there's the town to tour, of course. And the Mystery Shack. But if you ask me, all that pales in comparison to... Hold on, do you hear that?
Ford turns to the kitchen doorway to investigate.
It sounds like...
The sound comes again, and this time you hear it as well. The squeal of a pig. Followed by a pair of quick footsteps running down the stairs. Waddles tumbles past the open kitchen doorway, and Mabel comes into view. Soon after, a few sheets of paper clutched in her hand. Ford steps quickly out of the kitchen, and you follow to the doorway, getting there just in time to see the apparent tug-of-war between Mabel and her pig over a saliva-covered sheet of paper. The paper rips, and after nearly toppling backward from her efforts, Mabel recovers, snatching the scrap of ripped paper from Waddle's jaws, and lifting both pieces up victoriously. Haha! Mabel wins again! Now I just gotta find Grunkle Ford! A Ford, who had run forward and held out a hand to steady the energetic child when she had been in danger of toppling over, now finds a number of crumpled sheets of paper shoved into his hands. Mabel tugs urgently at his coat. Grunkle Ford, you have got to help me! Ford kneels down to face Mabel with a serious, though concerned look.
Slow down, Mabel. What's the matter?
Dipper found a stack of pages from one of your old journals, and I walked in and Waddles ran up and started eating one, and he must have been chewing on it to warn me, Grunkle Ford, because look! Mabel takes the ripped halves of paper back from Ford's hand and joins them together, holding it up for Ford to see.
I see. And you took it as a warning.
Yes, it says here that it eats small dogs, and Waddles is a small pig, but he sort of looks like a dog from far away, and Waddles must have feared for his life. Waddles seems to second this notion with a snort. Or not, as it seems the pig is lounging adorably a short distance away in the hallway. You can't imagine what this dangerous predator could be. Some kind of wolf? Something bigger? You're suddenly not so keen on staying anymore. Remember the pterodactyl I told you about? Waddles was so scared that time. I can't let him leave my side. Pterodactyl? You suppose pigs are allowed in museums around here?
How about I finish that repellent I never got around to completing? That'll keep Waddles safe from harm.
Mabel flops down on the floor with relief. Grunkle Ford, you're an actual lifesaver. Waddles, you have nothing to fear. Ford chuckles, lifting himself out of the kneel and standing up.
Alright, I'll go get my recipe.
Ford turns to leave, and you suddenly remember that with nothing better to do for the weeks you're going to be here, it wouldn't hurt to get to know Ford. He seems still that what there is to do around town anyway, and you'll need not to die of boredom in the first week. Or more pressingly, you could go check on your car and see what Stan's made of it so far. You're not exactly eager to face seeing your car on the side of the house again, though. Go check on my car. After Ford leaves, Mabel rolls away with her pig towards the living room, and you head out of this house in search of Stan. Stan, my man. The mystery shack should only have 4 main sides, but you feel like you've made your rounds, past 5 of them before finally seeing your car. Your absolute wreck of a car. You swear it looks even worse than it did when you crashed it. Stan stands before it, hands on his hips, as he looks at the large wooden S that's made its indent in the car's hood. How bad is it?
Can't tell you yet, not till I get this letter off the hood. That S never did like to stay in place.
Mystery hack, huh?
Look, if you're gonna insult me... Oh, you were reading the sign. I'm fixing that later, alright? Just avert your eyes. Don't look at it.
Offer to help him. Guess we should fix it as soon as possible then.
Sounds good to me. Give me a hand here, would ya?
Stan directs you to help him push the wooden S off of the car. It stalls a little in its own dent, but with another firm shove, its end meets the ground. Stan gives it another push with a grunt, and it tips, falling completely to the ground with a whoomp. Now that it's free of its burden, Stan lifts up the dented hood of the car to take a look inside. He hums and haws, and rubs a hand over his chin in thought, walking over to his toolbox and grabbing a tool before walking back, still assessing the damage.
Yeah, this one's gonna take a while. You've got parts that need replacing. Not to mention she's not gonna look so hot after this. Not unless Forrest got the text squirreled away somewhere that we can smooth out these dents.
The more he tells you of the situation, the more this all sinks in. You really are stuck here. Stan sports your worried frown.
Hey, Cordelia, right? Look, I know how this sounds, but with me on the job, you'll be all set and back on the road in no time.
You think so?
Kid, I know so. I've even got plans to get replacement parts of yours. Might not be able to clean up all these scuff marks after I'm done, but she'll run. And hey, so maybe if you've got to stay a couple of days, so what? There are worse places to get stranded, believe me. In fact, I'd say the Mystery Shack is the best place to get stranded. We've got all tons of stuff for people just passing through. Merchandise, magic, mystery, any other M words, mayhem, you get the idea.
Stan tosses the tool in his hand back into the toolbox, exchanging it for another. He works for a while longer in your silence, metallic clanks and the occasional heavy breath. All that mixes in with the sounds of the outdoors. You stand by, awkward, uncomfortable, and a little useless. Can I help with anything?
Know anything about cars?
No. Stan straightens cracks his back and sits down at 2 before leaning casually against the nearest load-bearing surface. He wipes his forehead, lets his hand fall to his waist, and gives you an assessing look.
How about collages, tall tales, improv?
Yeah, I think I can handle that. What does that have to do with all this? You gesture your hand at your stranded car, held in limbo between life and death by nothing other than Dan Pine's car expertise and a little luck.
Nothing! I was planning on having you help Zeus around the shack. A favor for a favor. What do you say?
Well, it's more interesting than helping Ford with his pest problem. You accept.
Alright, follow me. I love him so much. I love him so much. I love this marshmallow man. This summer boy, this precious summer man. I freaking love him so much. I love him. No one knows how much I love him, and no one can ever love him as much as I love him. Except, maybe, one of my friends on Tumblr. I think we have the same amount of love for him. You know who you are, friend. You know who you are.
You follow Stan back into the shack, passing by the showroom and getting a glimpse of an energetic figure leading a flock of tourists through a veritable sea of obviously fabricated oddities. You hear the words,
"And this is the ninth wonder of the world, right in the Mystery Shack. It's what makes this place world famous, dudes."
Stan notices your pace slowing as you listen and tosses an explanation back for you.
That's Zeus. During operating hours, he's the Mystery Shack's one and only Mr. Mystery. I told him he didn't have to keep the shack running while he's on vacation, but the kid's got a passion for the role. You interested in this kind of stuff?
I was thinking about going on a tour. It feels weird now that you're staying at a tourist trap though, and you were kind of going to poke fun at the exhibits. Harder to do when you have to live around your tour guide. It's fine, really.
Nah, I think I want to give you a tour of the place. You'll get one from the founder himself. You ever hear one of my plugs on the radio?
You weren't really paying attention to the radio during the drive, just taking in the Oregon scenery.
See the signs pointing to this place over a mile down the road?
Again, you were pretty preoccupied with Oregon scenery, but you guess you did see some signs with question marks on them. That's some vague advertising.
Just seeing what works, bumper stickers, huh? Ha! Still got one on Ford. Anyway, follow me, folks. Well, folk, get ready to be amazed. Oh, I will follow you, Stanley Pines. I will follow you to the ends of the earth, anywhere, anytime, any place.
Stan starts leading you back the way you came. You trail behind him, a little skeptical, but definitely curious. Didn't you say the founder would lead this tour? Is Zeus the founder?
Stan laughs. What? No, I'm the founder. Built this place from the ground up. Well, metaphorically speaking, I mean the house was here and the junk was here, but I was the one who spun this into a wondrous house of mysterious junk.
Stan gestures with his arm like he's smoothing out a rainbow. You're not very impressed.
That is a lie. I am super impressed. Don't lie to me, game. I am impressed. Very impressed. Prepare to be amazed. This is a lie. I am impressed. The game is lying to me. It's lying to me. This is a lie. How dare this game lie to my face? Don't ever lie to my face again, game. Don't ever do it again. You're still not very impressed. I am impressed.
But his energy gets you hoping you'll be amazed anyway.
There's a tour group in the showroom right now, so I'll be taking you on a different cycle that completely misses them. We're starting in the gift shop.
You enter the gift shop. A simple room crowded top to bottom with the standard tour souvenirs and merchandise. You see t-shirts with question marks, mugs with question marks, and pretty much everything has question marks. All of the question marks. Every question marks. Question mark it up in this bitch. In one corner of the room stands a lumpy attempt of a statue labeled the Founder, recognizable as Stan only by the nose and glasses. This room usually comes after I butter the customers up to buying things, but since you're staying a while, I'll have plenty of time to sell you stuff later. Take a look around. If you see an impulse, buy it. Make it. Nothing like trusting your instincts. Okay, it is time for me to end this episode, everyone. Peace, love, and the stars and the sky above, and I will see you later, my gravity fellas. Amethyst Rose signing off. Bye-bye.